If you buy building materials for a living, we're talking drywall, ceilings, steel framing, delivery fleets, and inside sales. Real-world stuff that affects your job site today. This isn't some Wall Street headline. Home Depot just closed the GMS deal. And Lowe's answered with an $8.8 billion move for foundation building materials, or FBM. This is fill rates, delivery windows, credit terms, and whether your schedule slips or gets saved by a last-minute drop. I'm going to break it down so you can squeeze better pricing, faster deliveries, and smarter bundles out of the big players. Home Depot moved heavy into distribution last year with SRS Distribution. Now they've closed on GMS. Think a huge footprint in wallboard, ceilings, and steel framing. Lowe's isn't sitting still. They bought Artisan Design Group earlier this year for interiors, and now they've announced an $8.8 billion deal for FBM, which is another major drywall and ceiling distributor. Lowe's expects that one to close later this year. Both companies want to own more of the pro spend, not just the aisle, the entire material flow to your site. Takeoffs, quotes, credit, job site delivery, and the ability to pivot when plans change. What exactly is being bought here? You can look beyond the logos of these companies. These buys include branch networks, truck fleets with specialized booms and flatbeds, inside sales teams who know projects by name, credit programs, and inventory depth on commodity items like wallboard and studs. That's the engine that makes your Tuesday delivery happen when you place the order on Monday at 4:30 p.m. A lot of times, we need things like this to happen to keep a project on time. Because GMS is closed, Home Depot can start lining up systems, people, and logistics right now. They've already got SRS's roofing exteriors muscle, combine that with GMS's interior strength, and you got scale across a lot of the core building products that keep projects moving. For you, that can mean more delivery options, bigger inventory pools, and one point of contact that can pull strings across multiple brands under the Home Depot umbrella. Lowe's made a strong interiors play with Artisan Design Group. That's flooring, cabinets, counters, and a huge installer network. Now, they're aiming to add FBM to beef up drywall, ceilings, and metal framing. If that deal closes on time, Lowe's will have serious reach from design-heavy interiors and commodity interiors that could be attractive for builders and large remodelers bundling full interior packages under one roof. Now, what's going to change for contractors? Short term, you'll notice more complete quotes, drywall and ceilings and steel, plus tapes, accessories, all that bundled. Quicker substitutions. We don't have brand A. Here's brand B in stock. Here's the spec sheet. Delivery windows, more time slots, tighter ETAs, better recovery when the weather or labor puts you behind. Inside sales, follow-through reps who can move inventory between branches and brands because their parent company owns the network. Now, here's where there could be potential friction. Consolidation can tighten pricing in some markets. If your usual independent feels squeezed, you may have less leverage or counter leverage unless you play it smart. I'll show you how. Need a 7 a.m. boom to the third floor? Bigger fleets could improve your odds. When it comes to change orders, more stock plus more trucks equals faster pivots when your client adds rooms to the scope. And credit lines. Consolidated parent companies can sometimes extend better terms for multi-trade packages. And this is how I'd approach it. You can refresh your pro accounts with both Home Depot and Lowe's. Even if you're loyal, competition is leverage. Schedule a sit-down with inside sales and ask directly, what can you pull across your network that you couldn't last year? Request bundled quotes, wallboard, grid, steel, and fasteners and compounds, adhesives, single PO, single delivery, better price. Negotiate quarterly rebates instead of annual only. Quarterly gives you a faster feedback loop and protects cash flow. You're gonna wanna lock in delivery windows in writing on critical path. If they miss, what's the make good? I don't know, what can you do for me? Keep an independent in the mix, which is becoming harder and harder. FBM was our previous independent. Now they could possibly be owned by Lowe's. But you want to have one strong local distributor, which will preserve your leverage and service options. But before we dig any further into this compelling story about the competition for your dollars from these two titans of home improvement, we want to hear from you. Let us know down in the comments, what do you think of Home Depot and Lowe's buying up these massive supply houses? Do you think they're creating monopolies? While you're down there, if you're early to this video, let us know by typing the word first and join the notification squad. If you are indeed first, you will be nominated for an illustrious title and possibly win an award. All right, here's the deal. Right now, Home Depot has a timing advantage because the GMS deal is closed. Integration can begin, and that usually means you'll see service changes sooner. Lowe's, however, is aiming bigger dollars with FBM, and they've already added ADG for interiors earlier this year. If FBM closes on schedule, Lowe's becomes a stronger one-stop for interiors from framing to finishes. Now, what should you ask your reps, and what are some of these things that you can say? You can ask them things like, do you have cross-brand inventory visibility now? If I need 200 more sheets by Friday, drywall, can you see stock at sister branches and transfer in time? On the credit side, can you consolidate my purchases across your brands for a better rebate tier? For substitutions, you might ask, who approves equivalent materials and how fast can I get the spec sheets for my inspector? Always get two comparable quotes, even if you expect to stay with your usual. Tell each rep your cross-shopping equivalents. Ask for price holds on known phases, framing, drywall, windows, so a commodity swing doesn't blow your budget mid-project. When you can, push for delivery consolidation credits. If they can drop framing and drywall in one run, you can request time-stamped ETAs and insist on text or email notifications when the truck leaves the yard. For tight sites, ask for the right truck, smaller flatbed versus a big boom. Don't let the wrong rig burn your morning. And document missed windows. Patterns give you leverage on future negotiations. Risk checks so you're not surprised. Integration takes time. Systems, ERPs, and cultures don't merge overnight. Expect a few hiccups. Judge partners on how fast they fix them. If you're counting on a new network being live by a certain month, get clarity from your rep. Local market dynamics still matter. A strong independent with deep relationships can outservice anyone. Keep those relationships warm. Let's say you're framing a mid-rise and you're behind by a week. You need 2 early morning wallboard drops and a backup window after lunch for the sheets that always get missed. Under these new setups, you might be able to have one rep coordinate multiple branch resources or even pull from a sister brand's yard to make it happen. That's what you want to test now before you're in a bind. You're going to want to bundle labor-sensitive accessories with the big order. Corner bead, tapes, compounds, adhesives, fasteners. One missed box can stall a whole crew. Ask for substitutes that have been pre-approved with your GC client. Have a list of acceptable alternatives ready. Use calendar-based buy downs, okay? You're gonna target the last week of a quarter when the reps are hungry to hit their big numbers. You're then gonna benchmark delivery performance. You're gonna log promised versus actual arrival times for deliveries for each supplier. Then you can share your scorecard or scoreboard with your reps. Politely, of course. Using these to negotiate will work. Competition's heating up, and that can be a good thing for the pros if you play it right. Home Depot's GMC integration should surface practical benefits sooner. With Lowe's, if FBM closes on time, could become a very compelling interiors channel alongside ADG. I've used, and we have used here at VCG Construction, FBM for a lot of years as we're going to call them independent. We've had a lot of success on multiple fronts and facets with them: delivery, pricing, availability. I'm pretty fond of them, but that's using their warehouses and supply chain here in the Philadelphia marketplace. It could vary over the nation, so your mileage may vary. You're not going to want to marry anyone. Work both until the service, pricing, and delivery performance make the obvious choice for you. So here's a quick recap. Home Depot plus GMS. The deal is closed and integrating, so you can watch for faster service changes. Lowe's and FBM announced at $8.8 billion, if it closes, will give you interiors, and aspect will get stronger. Here's your move. You're going to want to track the accounts, bundle quotes. You want quarterly rebates. You're looking for delivery windows in writing, and you want to keep an independent in the mix. But I want to hear what you're seeing on the ground, your fill rates, delivery accuracy, pricing. Drop your comments with specifics. What city you're in, the product type, which team is delivering for you right now. If this video can help everyone in the community, it will be a big win. That's what we want to do here. You're going to want to get subscribed and ring the bell. As always, check out the merch at vcg.store because it's a win. It helps support the channel and you get the coolest merch. And with that, I want to say I appreciate for each and every one of you for tuning in. Thanks a lot, everybody. And I hope to see you all on the next one.